Hi, I'm Paraceline. Welcome to my channel. Sorry for the kind of like lopsided view. I'm not doing this at my desk today. I am doing this in the comfort of my own bed. I haven't done one of these videos in a pretty long time for me. And I'm gonna do a general reading here. So I picked two cards. You're gonna have one card from a tarot deck, and that's going to represent the general energy of whatever situation that you're going through right now, or whatever, like, your higher self wants to kind of plug you into, like plug you into attention. And then I'm going to interpret your oracle reading on the top of it. The oracle reading is going to kind of represent like the purpose and the solution of the situation. This is going to be a pretty short reading. It's not going to be as in-depth and as intense as the other ones. So if you do resonate with what I say about your pile, you could always book a reading with me, a private reading. My private readings range between $25 for like a base reading, or you could do $45 for the extended, and that usually includes like a birth chart analysis if you're interested in something like that. So anyway, I'll move on. I'm going to start with pile one. Pile one, I have revisited this and refilmed this like 3 times already. I'm having a really hard time describing this to you. So you have, I'll just say, you have the Two of Cups, right? Two of Cups, representing, it could represent twin flame, it could represent positive relationships, support and harmony, shared values, unconditional love. And if you don't have this in your life right now, you're on your way to finding it. And then you have the Lady Venus, light activation, call to action, power surge, and earth mission. So let me break down my interpretation of like what this is. So for some of you, I feel like, let me zoom in here. For some of you with the Two of Cups, I feel like you have either entered some kind of partnership with somebody where like it is bringing out, it is activating that activating that part of you that is like compassionate, caring, loving, and healing. And the reason that you might be finding yourself like doing all those things, like healing other people and like giving and like it's because it's part of your divine mission here, like you're not here to just like, and you're probably, honestly, the people that pick this, like, you're probably aware of it too, like you're not here to just like make money or just like be quiet and be in the shadows. Like, you're a healer. You're a healer whether you like it or not. You could be the kind of person that you're standing on the line and someone just starts talking to you, telling you their life story. People probably feel more comfortable telling you their secrets, coming to you for the guidance and advice. And like, you know what the hard thing is like, you might never hear from them again. Not as much as a thank you card, and that's okay, because like, this is your divine mission. Your divine mission is to be that person, that guiding force, like that helper, that lover, that healer. And for the others that don't have this kind of relationship right now, you're not in that twin flame relationship, or maybe right now like that twin flame person is like running and like you're the chaser, like, you don't have to do that. You will find this kind of connection. You will find your Two of Cups. um so here's how I would read this. If you have this already, it's leading you, it's activating this part of you, it's activating the earth mission part, it's activating healing others to connect their own self-love journey and inner divine wisdom, like connect them to that, like reaching that goal of like turning inward for like what they need, like that self-love, right? Like, you're teaching others how to do that, making a difference. If you're in this kind of union, it's activating this part of you. Or for the ones that you don't have this right now, it would be the reverse, like you stepping into this energy because like this is the result from it. You accepting your mission here on earth to be somebody who is like an abundant source of like healing and like just help and love and compassion, that is going to guide you towards seeing it back. Like, I'm seeing here also too, like, this came up, like, this energy here is asking you to not stay attached to outcomes. Like, because you're being guided and protected in this process. Allow people to come into your life, help them, heal them, send them off in whatever way they can. Don't give too much of yourself. I'm not saying things like that. I'm saying like, your healing could just be like speaking from the heart, like being there to listen to somebody when they're going through something, talking from experience, like something like that. Like, in that process, nothing's being taken from you that is not going to come back tenfold. And I think this is a reminder of that. I feel like for some of you, like it was like this, like for a very small group of you, I feel like it really is like you met this, divine counterpart and like this person, and like it's teaching you and activating these like new levels of like love and openness and understanding. But for majority of you, I really think that like you thought you had this and you realize that it's not. You're coming out of a dark place, but you're not in that dark place anymore, because like you see the hope, you know hold on one second, never mind. You have hope, and you have faith that like there is something to come from this, and you kind of have that loving attitude towards yourself too, like, hey, like if it wasn't here, like I'm not going to give up and not think that it doesn't exist anywhere, because it does. And what will lead you to that is stepping into like your purpose here. Your mission is that you are a healer, so like that's all I'm gonna say for this one. If you resonate with this too, I would look into, do some research on like what like an empathic person is, or like a healer, like how to feel like you're protecting your own energy, how to be like I'm gonna say the word like light worker, like that kind of stuff. Like there's different types of light workers, there's different types of healers and people that have purposes to connect with people on like emotional and spiritual levels. I would say look into that, and like what you could do to do that, like find more things that like make you feel fulfilled, like um I lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, just like don't be hard on yourself. You're this person, and you're this person for a reason. It's not a bad thing to be a healer. And also, once again, I'll reiterate, nothing's being taken from you. You are being protected. You're being protected from outcomes that are not going to give back to you. And you're on the right path. So with that, I'll tuck these away. So pile 1, your reading is up. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me if you want to dig a little deeper into this, and I could get some more cards for clarification. Thank you. So pile 2. Let me zoom this out for a second. So pile 2, you have the 3 of Cups. A lot of Cups energy today. I was not expecting 2 of these piles to be Cups. And then you have Moria. I'm sorry if I'm messing up these names. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how to say this, and it's fine. But the what it says here is spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Okay. I'll interpret this for you. So what I have here in my trusty notes, it says here. So the 3 of Cups, it's a little different from the group that I had before. The group that I had before, it's funny. I feel, okay, first I just want to say I feel like I'm very sensitive to like the things that go on like in the atmosphere, and I notice that when I'm going through certain themes, it kind of seems like everyone else is too. And I like those synchronicities, like that's cool. So like you had the group 1 that were like in a 2 of Cups energy, and then you have group 2 and a 3 of Cups energy. So what this card represents is community, celebration, friendship, group events. It also, I'm hearing too, like there's compassion shared between the individuals in this group. I'm talking about like compassion too, like it's not just like mutual interest, like compassion because it's in the Cups. Like it's not like this is not like a group of people or like colleagues, and like they're just like getting big wins and gains because like they're in like a fire energy or like a swords energy. Like this is a group of like 3 people coming together, or like it doesn't have to just be 3, but like this is about something deeper, a sense of community and love shared between individuals. This is a time to let go of worries and spend time, quality time. That word, like quality, I underlined it too, because that is being really stressed here, and I'll get more into that. But the quality time is is so important right now. Spend quality time with friends and loved ones, where it's reciprocated. That was another word that I underlined really hard too. Um, and I wasn't sure at first, like, why those words were so like so important until I took a look at the meaning of this one, and I'll explain that. Um, this is about resolving hardships. Stop, please. The ads, please. This is about resolving hardships, being able to resolve differences, and learn how to deal with problems in a creative and loving way. Um, so kind of how I feel what's going on with this pile is that, like, again, again, I feel like everyone's going through it. Everyone's going through it with, like, love and just, like, kind of, like, disappointment and love and, like, you know, thinking you had it and, like, something not working out. But honestly, Spirit is calling you to tell you that to start, not only is it telling you that you have a community or like friends and family, like you have a group of people where like there is a shared mutual love and compassion and understanding. There is a place for you to celebrate and for friendship to grow, for like group events. Like this outlet exists for you, but for some reason you might have been turning to places where like that quality wasn't reciprocated, and that like what is the word I'm looking for, like is more like the quantity was more important to you over quality, you know. This doesn't even have to necessarily be like a relationship. Like this could just be like a friend group too. Like you might have been spending a lot of time with a friend group where like it was about quantity over quality. You know, like inside those individual relationships, like the quality of like the one-on-one experience or just like the, you know, the group experience with these people, like it wasn't beneficial to you. So with that, I'll jump into this too. Like it says here, like this dude, like spiritual force field, protective. My ears are ringing. That's very significant to me. So I feel like this energy is like very strong and here right now with you. Protective light is surrounding you. You're safe. And reading on this, like, sorry, in the booklet too, like, I obviously I'm not just kind of like making this up off the cuff, but the booklet, it explained a lot about like this person here, this energy. This is about accepting what is not aligned to our well-being. It's about accepting what is aligned and what's not. You know, like what, no, scratch that. It's about like letting go of drama and energies that aren't serving us, leaving situations that are tempting, um, but they're heavy and draining. It's a retreat from harsh people. It's urging you to connect to what's actually helpful and important to your well-being. Um, and during this process, like I think that for a lot of you, like it might feel scary to detach from that community where things like from the community where things don't feel so like give and take and reciprocated. It's telling you not to fear moving away from that, because it's this energy here is coming to say that while you're letting go of that fear, you're being protected and guided towards people and situations that hold your best interest. um what else? I feel like for a lot of you too, like you have people in mind when like if somebody says to you like give me like your like top 8 of like quality people that just like want to love on you and support you, and you know what, like it might be for a lot of you, I feel like it's your family or some like old friends, like very very close people to you, and like you would rather explore like new relationships and like these new feelings. Like, oh, you know what, for some of you too, I feel like you might have been in a romantic situation with somebody and then gotten very close with their friends, and you're kind of feeling like that just wasn't really working for you, like it's very draining. You know, you don't really feel like part of, and no matter how much you try to feel like fitting in or part of or like get involved in the jokes, like there's just an energy blockage there, you know? Like you might be like recalling old times where like you hung out with a group and like just instantaneously you're connected to like your wit, your charm and everything, and for some reason here like you're trying to fit yourself into places where you don't You don't feel like you fit. And there's nothing wrong with that, and you're not wrong, you know? But like you made it a priority to like invest in these groups and these connections with things that were not going to like serve your better self. And you know who those real people are. You know, it's just not as fun and new and as shiny as and exciting as it. Right. So this is really cool. But you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to worry about. Let go of the, I don't want to say like let go, let go of the fear of like what's gonna happen. Am I gonna be alone? Am I gonna have FOMO? Am I gonna feel left out? Like all that stuff. Let go of the fear of what you think you are losing in order to just like fill yourself up and like fill your cup up with like your family and friends and the people that really know you, the people that are it's easy for you to just be yourself. And you know what, it might feel like weird at first. You might kind of be like like I'm back, or like kind of bored, and like just sit through it and allow what's meant to happen, allow these good feelings and like the protection from this guide to make it feel right again. Let yourself get balanced. So thank you, group 2. That's all I have to say for that. If you want to know a little bit more about this, because I feel like I'm still like getting downloads from this kind of like message. If you want me to, if you want me to pull more cards and like book a private reading with me so we can get a little more in depth about that, we can do that. My information will be in the description. And thank you for watching. Okay, hello, my pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So this is interesting. I was waiting to read this one. So this is the only pile that I did where three of the oracle cards popped out. So I said in the beginning of the video, like I was only going to, well, I started with the intention of like I'm gonna do one tarot card for the general energy of the situation, and then I'm going to do one oracle card as the clarifier. And when I was working on this one, like because these are pre-shuffled, when I was working on this one, 3 oracle cards came out, and they're a trio. They were not meant to be broken up. They didn't come out by accident. Hold on. Oops. They didn't come out by accident. This is really interesting. So I'm just going to warn you off the bat too, like this might sound a little scary. It might sound a little hopeless because the other ones were not as the other ones were not as dreadful in the beginning, and that's okay. All right, so look at this transition we got here. I'm going to start off with the tarot card that you got here. So what you have here is you have the 5 of Pentacles. If you know anything about tarot, 5 of Pentacles, it's always the sad one. I think it's that scene with that woman like looking into a home, and maybe it's a man, I don't know. It's somebody looking into a home. It's like snowing outside and they're like looking in. Like it represents like financial loss and stuff. So like off the bat, 5 of Pentacles, it means loss of faith, not enough time or money, physical suffering, highlighting those who have stayed through rough times. I'm talking about like the people. I'm trying to emphasize like the people in your life that have stayed with you through tough times. Also, it represents like loss of financial and emotional security. This is urging you to not. You're being urged to not connect financial security to emotional security. And what I mean by that is like so so this could go this is the problem with these general readings. I feel like it splits off. Like there's some people that really truly like they're just in kind of like a financial despair, and like you attach that emotional security to your financial security. Like it doesn't have to be the same thing. And I'll tell you straight up from experience, like right now, like where I'm at, like I don't make as much as I used to, like financially. Like I'm not as secure as I used to be, and it's fine with me. Where my life is at right now, I would not trade anything for it, because of my spiritual fulfillment. And like I relate to this pile, and I'll explain like the journey to that, like with the 3 dudes up here in a bit. But Also, some of you might be some of you might be viewing relationships from too much of a material place. Also, I want to state too, like, there's a lot of stubbornness here with this pile. There's a lot of stubborn energy coming from this. I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just like there's a lot of stubbornness on like switching your viewpoint on the situation. Like, I think things kind of feel like totally out of your control right now. I feel like you're feeling very, very powerless. And it's all about mind over matter. Like, kind of like what I was talking about before about like me not being as like I'm not having all these financial gains at the moment, and like it's just about like my perspective and like where I see my life, like kind of in a way where like you know, I look around me and I see like I get everything I need. You know, like everything I need is there. Okay, sorry about that. So for a lot of you, like, because you are connecting like a financial security to emotional security, it's causing debilitating effects. Like, it's causing like health issues. Like, some of you might be viewing relationships from too much of a material place too. Um, and I said that before. Like, I think your relationships, like, I don't know what is going on with everybody in like their love life right now. I feel like there's a lot going on. I feel like a lot of you are like burying yourself in work, which also like that's putting a wall between your relationships, because you think you're at such a loss right now, and you're draining yourself, like you really are. And I don't want to stress too much on this because I don't want to get like lost in translation. I want to get more into like the positive aspect of that, or like why it's even happening right now. Okay, so first we got here like Paul, right? This is gifted one. It says revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. And what I see from this is like through your situation with the Five of Pentacles, what is the purpose of this right now? The purpose of this situation right now is because you're being called to live a more spiritual life, to reveal hidden talents. And that doesn't necessarily mean like physical talent, but more so like talent from your heart. Like, and I can't tell you what that is. Like, you know, I mean, we could do a little more in depth if we want to figure that out, but like, it could be different for some of you. But like, I think for like, I'll talk about my experience. Like, for me, like, if I'm feeling like there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, like what is it trying to teach me? Um, you know, like my hidden talent would be like my ability to connect with others or something like that. Like you're having these financial losses purposely because it's trying to guide you to a more spiritual lifestyle. And then you have Dwal Cool here. I did pronounce that correctly. I looked it up. It says divine mission, enlightened action, make choices from the heart. Make choices from the heart rather than like from a financial place. Go with what your heart wants. It's saying here like you're being guided to a more enlightened and compassionate existence. And this is an opportunity to evolve spiritually. You're having a human experience. Remember that. Remember that there's so much more to you than this. There's so much more to you than like your financial life. It's not everything that you are. Uh, which is funny because it transitions into Buddha, right? The heightened awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world around you. So Buddha, he was exposed to a very harsh reality. A harsh reality of life in like the form of sickness and age and suffering, and that suffering sent him on a spiritual path. Like, you're being guided to move beyond fear and see what's real and true in life. And by that I mean like, I think for some of you, I think it's like just getting connected with your spirituality. I think some of you like are already very spiritual people, and you know, you have been feeling disconnected, and you're feeling like, oh, if like this just gets on track, like I'll be more spiritually fit, and that's not true. Or for some of you, like, you've never experienced that spiritual path before, and like this is finally time for you to break through to get that, and it's possible. So this is what it's saying here. Pile 3, I'm going to wrap up the reading now. And if you do want to do an extended, you could DM me for a private reading, and I could get some more clarification on that. We'll go a little deeper. But thank you for watching.